Let's just be friends, she said after years of leading me on. So I ghosted her, dated her best friend, and let her watch as I built the life she thought she could do better than. Now she's texting me from her mom's couch while I plan my wedding to the woman who actually valued me. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. Alex, we need to talk. Leah's voice had that tone, the one she used when she was about to drop something heavy but still expected me to catch it. I'd heard it before. When she quit her job without savings, "Can I stay with you for a bit?" When she got back with her toxic ex, you understand, right? And now, apparently, for whatever came next. We were at our usual diner, the one where I'd listened to her cry over shitty men for 2 years straight. She stirred her coffee like it owed her money, avoiding my eyes. Classic Leah. "So," she said, finally looking up. "I've been thinking, you're, like, my favorite person. But, oh, the but. The verbal scalpel that always carved me out of the life I thought we were building. But," she continued, "I don't think we're meant to be together. Like, romantically." A nervous laugh. "You're my rock. I don't want to lose that. Can't we just stay friends?" The waitress refilled my coffee. I wondered if she'd heard this script before. Leah kept talking, filling the silence with justifications. "It's not you. It's just timing? Chemistry? I don't know. But you'll always be special to me." I sipped my coffee. Black. No sugar. Like the truth she was finally serving. "Sure," I said. "If that's what you want." Her shoulders relaxed. She'd expected tears, bargaining, same as the guy she complained about. But I'd seen this coming. Hell, I'd paid for this coming. The dinners I covered when she was between paychecks. The nights I spent hyping her up after bad dates. The years of being her emotional safety net while she chased men who treated her like an option. "Oh my God, thank you for understanding." She reached for my hand. "I was so scared you'd hate me. This is why you're my best friend." I let her squeeze my fingers. Last free favor, I thought. She checked her phone, lit up. "OMG, Jason just messaged." "You remember Jason? From the gym?" I did. 6'2", tattooed, and, according to Leah's rants last month, so emotionally unavailable it's kind of hot. "He's finally single," she whispered, like we were conspiring. "Wish me luck." I raised my coffee cup in a toast. "Luck." She left soon after, already typing a reply, already forgetting me. The waitress slid the check my way. I paid like always. But as I walked out, I made 2 notes in my phone. Cancel Leah's emergency key. Text Jess about hiking this weekend. Jess, Leah's best friend. The one who'd hugged me at a party last month and whispered, "You deserve better," before Leah pulled her away. I smiled for the first time that night. Funny thing about just friends. You can replace them. The first test came at 2:47 a.m. on a Tuesday. My phone buzzed against the nightstand, Leah's name flashing like some drunk distress beacon. I let it ring out. The voicemail notification popped up seconds later. "Alex, I'm at Pulse downtown and my card just got declined. Jason was supposed to drive me, but he bailed. Can you?" I deleted it before the sentence finished. For hours later, my screen lit up again. WTF? I could have been stranded. I waited until my coffee was brewed before responding. Uber exists. 3 dots appeared, then vanished. I imagined her sitting in some diner booth, Jason's leather jacket draped over her shoulders, fuming that her human alarm clock had finally snoozed itself permanently. Jess found the whole thing hilarious when she came over that afternoon. "You're really committing to this whole not her doormat thing, huh?" She kicked her feet up on my coffee table, red nails catching the light. Turns out best friend was just code for 24/7 emotional support hotline. I tossed my phone aside. Subscription canceled. Leah lasted 11 days before trying again. "Hey, can you help me move this weekend? You're always so good at this stuff," smiley face. The smiley face killed me. Like we were still in some symbiotic relationship where her emergencies were my responsibilities. I typed back one-handed while flipping pancakes. "Busy." "Doing what?" "Not lifting your shit." Jess nearly choked on her mimosa when I showed her. "Holy fuck," she gasped, wiping orange juice from her chin. "Who are you, and what have you done with Alex?" The universe, ever the dramatic storyteller, served up Leah's karma in 3 delicious acts. First came the Instagram stories. Leah and Jason at brunch, Her fingers laced through his tattooed ones. Hashtag soulmate vibrating with irony. Then the passive-aggressive group chat murmurs about him being hard to pin down. Finally, the 3 a.m. voicemail that had me pausing my game controller. He fucking ghosted me after I paid his studio deposit. $2,000, Alex. $2,000. I didn't respond, but I did screenshot it to Jess with the caption, "Told you he was trash." The real turning point came at Sarah's birthday. Leah cornered me by the keg, her pupils wide from whatever pre-game cocktails she'd downed. "You've been so distant," she slurred, fingers plucking at my sleeve. "I miss us." I scanned the room for Jess. "We're still friends. Exactly like you wanted." Leah's gaze darted across the room to where Jess was bent over the snack table, laughing at something my roommate said, her dress riding up just enough to make several people stare. "Why are you always with her now?" The petty part of me wanted to list reasons. Because she remembers my coffee order. Because she doesn't treat my time like a public utility. Because when she touches me, it's not transactional. Instead, I just shrugged. "She's fun." Leah's drink trembled. "You're being weird." "Not weird," I said, stepping around her. "Just not yours anymore." Later, when Jess accidentally fell asleep against me in the Uber, her vanilla perfume mixing with the whiskey on my breath, I didn't move her. Just texted Leah the next morning. "FYI, Jess left her hoodie here. I'll give it back when she stays over Friday." The 3 typing bubbles appeared, disappeared, reappeared, then nothing. Perfect. The first time Leah truly understood her mistake was when her key didn't work. I watched through the peephole as she jiggled the lock at 1:17 a.m., her designer heels dangling from one hand, smudged mascara giving her raccoon eyes. "Alex." Her whisper shout carried through the door. "Open up, it's freezing out here." I waited until she started pounding before turning the deadbolt. The chain stayed on. Her breath smelled like cheap vodka and poorer decisions. "Jason fucking stood me up," she slurred, trying to peer past me into the apartment. "Can I crash here? Just for tonight?" Behind me, Jess's sleepy voice called from the bedroom. "Babe? Everything okay?" Leah's face did something spectacular then. A Picasso painting of shock, betrayal, and dawning horror. "Is that Jess?" I nodded, keeping my voice casual. "Yeah, like I texted you." The chain creaked as she shoved against it. "You're seriously fucking my best friend now?" "Funny," I said, adjusting the chain. "I could have sworn I was your best friend. Right up until you needed a ride home from some dude's bed." She opened her mouth, but I closed the door before the excuses could start. The knocking turned to kicking, then stopped abruptly when Jess appeared behind me in nothing but my college hoodie. "Want me to handle this?" she murmured, fingers tracing my spine. "Nah." I guided her back toward the bedroom. "She'll figure it out." The real fireworks came 3 days later via Instagram. Jess had posted a photo of us at brunch, her wearing the necklace I'd bought her, my arm slung possessively around her shoulders. Leah's comment appeared within minutes. "Guess sloppy seconds run in your family, huh, Jess?" Jess didn't delete it, didn't respond, just screenshot it and reposted to her story with the caption, "Someone salty their backup plan found a main character." By midnight, half our mutual friends had liked it. By morning, Leah had blocked us both. The final nail came at Kyle's wedding last month. Leah showed up alone, her gaze tracking Jess and me all night. Watched when I spun Jess on the dance floor. Watched when I fed her cake. Watched when we disappeared into the coat room for 15 very conspicuous minutes. She intercepted us at the valet stand, tears streaking her foundation. "You were supposed to wait for me," she whispered. Jess squeezed my hand and walked ahead, giving us space. I looked at Leah, really looked, at the smeared lipstick, the desperate grip on her clutch, the hollows under her eyes that no highlighter could conceal. The girl who'd treated love like a consolation prize. I did wait, I said finally, sliding into the passenger seat where Jess waited. Turns out better things were coming. As we pulled away, I didn't check the rear view. Some ghosts aren't worth seeing. The first drunk text came through at 3:17 a.m., the notification lighting up my nightstand. I didn't need to look to know it was Leah. 3 weeks of radio silence had been too good to last. "Remember that time you drove 2 hours to pick me up when my car broke down? You didn't even complain." Jess stirred beside me as I silenced my phone. Her again, like a bad sequel. By noon, there were 3 more. "I drove past your old apartment today. Jason never remembered how I take my coffee. Do you still have that hoodie I left at your place? I deleted them all. Then came the ambush at Whole Foods. She materialized in the cereal aisle like some emotionally unstable specter, clutching a basket with a single sad banana inside. Alex. Her voice cracked like she'd rehearsed this. We need to talk. I kept moving toward the dairy section. No, we don't. She matched my pace, her ballet flats squeaking against the tile. You owe me that much. I stopped so suddenly she nearly plowed into me. I owe you. The laugh tore out of me raw. I paid your bills for 8 months when you quit your job to find yourself. I listened to you cry over every fuckboy who ghosted you. I waited. Then why did you stop? Her nails dug into that overripe banana. The answer was simple. Because Jess remembered my birthday without Facebook reminders. Because she Venmo'd me for her half of dinner without being asked. Because when she said, I love you, it didn't feel like a hostage negotiation. But Leah wouldn't understand that. So I just grabbed the oat milk Jess liked and said, you taught me my worth. Her mother called 2 days later. I knew it was her from the 617 area code flashing on my screen. Let it go to voicemail. Alex, honey. She's not eating. She quit her job. I found your old t-shirt under her pillow. I deleted it while Jess was buckling her sandals. Ready? She asked. The restaurant was packed when we arrived, but I spotted Leah immediately. Sitting alone at the bar, swirling a martini she wasn't drinking. Watching as I pulled out Jess's chair. As I kissed her knuckles. As I laughed at something she said, the sound carrying across the room. Leah's glass shattered when she dropped it. The bartender sighed like this happened often. We were gone before the mess was cleaned up. The last time I saw Leah, it was raining. She was standing outside my building at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday, mascara bleeding down her cheeks in black rivers. Her hair was plastered to her face, her designer jacket soaked through. She looked like a stray cat left out in a storm. Alex. She choked out when I stepped around her to unlock the lobby door. Please. I kept walking. She grabbed my arm, her nails biting through my sleeve. You can't just throw away 5 years. I peeled her fingers off one by one. You did that when you said just friends. The elevator doors opened on Jess, holding 2 steaming mugs of cocoa. She took one look at Leah and sighed. Babe, did you forget the O? Leah made a sound like a wounded animal. You live together now. Jess sipped her cocoa, leaning against the doorframe. 6 months next week. I watched the realization hit Leah like a physical blow. The math wasn't hard. We'd moved in together 3 months after she'd shown up at my old place drunk. 3 months of her texts and voicemails and accidental run-ins while Jess and I built something real. Leah's mouth worked silently before she finally whispered, You replaced me. Jess laughed first, then me. It wasn't cruel, just inevitable. No, I said, pressing the elevator button. I upgraded. The last thing I saw before the doors closed was Leah standing in the rain, smaller than I'd ever seen her, finally understanding what irrelevant felt like. Jess found the wedding invitation first. Leah's getting married, she announced, waving the embossed cardstock. Some finance bro named Chad. Cute. I didn't look up from seasoning the steaks. RSVP no. She tossed it in the trash with a grin. Already did. That night, as we lay tangled in sheets that smelled like us, my phone buzzed. One final text from a number I should have blocked years ago. I just wanted you to know I'm happy. I showed Jess, who rolled her eyes. Reply K, and let's order Thai. But I did better. I deleted the thread, turned off my phone, and kissed the woman who'd never once made me beg for scraps of affection. Some silences are sweeter than revenge. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.